very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashing Sani Veera Singha. Let's have a look at the headlines for today. Date fixed for reopening of schools next year. Western Province has contributed the highest share of 39.1% to Sri Lanka's nominal GDP last year. News in detail. Foreign Ministry today announced that Sri Lankans or foreigners of Sri Lankan origin will be allowed to travel on any commercial or non-repatriation flight to Sri Lanka without the approval of the Foreign Secretary or Civil Aviation Authority, subject to the limit of passengers per flight under the obligation to compliance with paid quarantine at a designated hotel. The country's total COVID-19 patient count surpassed 37,000 with another 594 persons testing positive for COVID-19 yesterday. Thus, most of the number of cases were detected from the Colombo district. Meanwhile, another 415 patients who have contracted the virus have been discharged from the hospitals after a full recovery, increasing the country's COVID-19 recovery number to 28,682. In the meantime, police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohan added that the police officers dressed in civil attire have been deployed to examine public transport buses. Thus, nearly 400 officers have been directed to inspect the behavior of the drivers and whether buses are following the quarantine regulations. Moreover, antigen tests are being conducted on those who were leaving the western province of the country. Thereby, State Minister of Primary Health Services, Pandemics and COVID Prevention, Dr. Sudarshani Fernando Pulle, today engaged in an inspection tour in the Bandar Naik International Airport to examine its preparedness for the reopening of the country for tourists.
දාලා වශයෙන් මතර පැය දෙකක් වගේ කාලයක් ඇතුළත ගුවන් මගියෙකුට මේ නිරෝධායන මධ්‍යස්ථානයකට යන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන වැඩපිළිවෙල සකස් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම රෝගය පැතිරීම වළක්වන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන සියලුම ක්‍රියාමාර්ග අරගෙන තියෙනවා කියන එක අපි නිරීක්ෂණය කෙරුවා. අපි ආවේ ඒක හොයලා බලන්න.
Moreover, the Foreign Ministry, the Department of Immigration and the Civil Aviation Authority and the Presidential Task Force for Economic Revival and Poverty Alleviation have revised some decisions pertaining to the reopening of the country for tourists on this Saturday. Thus, the government will arrange special repatriation flights for the government quarantine facilities in coordination with Sri Lanka missions abroad for migrant workers, students, patients, short-term visa holders, government and military officials. However, Sri Lankans or foreigners of Sri Lankan origin will be allowed to travel on any commercial or non-repatriation flights to Sri Lanka without the approval of the Foreign Secretary, Civil Aviation Authorities, subject to the limit of passengers per flight, subject to compliance with paid quarantine at a designated hotel. It is reported that it is the sole responsibility of the airline concerned to ensure that the passengers allowed on board under the above arrangement will strictly adhere to the paid quarantine. Education Minister Professor G.L. Piri says that after having lengthy discussions with the Health Minister and its officials, the government decided to reopen the schools for the first term of the year 2021 on the 11th of January. However, the officials have decided not to reopen the schools in the Western Province and in isolated areas.
බස්නාහිර පළාතේ පාසල් දැනට විවෘත නොකළ යුතුයි කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ කොළඹ ගම්පහ හා කළුතර දිස්ත්‍රික්කවල පාසල් වහාම විවෘත කිරීමට පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයක් නැහැ. ඒ වගේම දිවයිනේ සෙසු ප්‍රදේශවල උදකලා කරලා තිබෙන පොලිස් වසම් තුල පිහිටලා තිබෙන පාසලු දැනටම විවෘත කිරීම යෝග්‍ය ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයක් හැටියට අපි දකින්නේ නැහැ. මේ තත්වය දවස් 10කට වරක් සමාලෝචනය කරලා සෞඛ්‍ය තත්වයේ අනුව හැකියතාක් ඉක්මනින් ඒ ප්‍රදේශවල පිහිටලා තිබෙන පාසලු විවෘත කිරීමට අපි දැඩි උත්සාහයක් කරනවා. ප්‍රාථමික පන්ති ඒ කියන්නේ 1 සිට 5 ශ්‍රේණිය දක්වා තිබෙන පන්ති 2021 ජනවාරි 11 වන සඳුදා විවෘත කිරීම. බස්නාහිර පළාත හා හුදකලා කරලා තිබෙන පොලිස් වසම් තුල පිහිටලා තිබෙන පාසල් හැරෙන්න අනෙක් ප්‍රදේශවල පෙර පාසල් ජනවාරි 11 වන සඳුදා විවෘත කරන්නට අපි තීරණය කළා තිබෙනවා. ඒ තීරණය ඒ විදිහටම ඒ සීමාවලට යටත්ව දිවා සොරකුම් මධ්‍යස්ථානවලට අදාළ වෙනවා. ඒවත් ජනවාරි 11 වනදා ආරම්භ වෙනවා. උපකාරක පන්ති ජලය ආරම්භ කිරීමට අවසර දීම ගැනත් අපේ අවධානය යොමු වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් සෞඛ්‍ය ක්ෂේත්‍රයේ විශේෂඥයන් හා නිලධාරීන්ගෙන් ලැබුණු උපදෙස් අනුව අපි තීරණය කරලා තිබෙනවා දින කිහිපයක් උපකාරක පන්ති ආරම්භ කිරීම කල් දැමීම.
The Industrial Development Board today launched the Training and Development Centre on bamboo-related products at the Laksala premises in Katubadda with the assistance by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization with the aim of strengthening the industry chain line. Accordingly, Training and Development Centre on bamboo-related products was opened today by Minister of Industries Vimal Veeravansa. The main objectives of this training centre are to popularize bamboo cultivation, introduce bamboo-related products, to promote export development and provide related services. The United Nations Industrial Development Organization has provided $100,000 worth of technical equipment for the training center. The center will provide training to bamboo-related businesses and new entrepreneurs, provide key information and market recognition to bamboo manufacturers, industrialists, government agencies, universities and users as a key information and training center. Moreover, the center will provide equipment and other infrastructure for wood products, and it can be used as a showroom for bamboo products. Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Latest data from the central bank shows that the Western province has contributed the highest share of 39.1% to Sri Lanka's nominal GDP last year, but with a decline of 0.5% from the previous year, contributing to narrowing of regional disparity. Accordingly, the Provincial Gross Domestic Product Report for 2019 shows that the Western province secured the largest share of 39.1% of the country's nominal GDP. But due to improved contribution from the other provinces, the share declined by 0.5% from 2018. Moreover, Central Province with 11.5% and Northwestern Province with 10.7% provinces were ranked at second and third positions respectively. Also, provincial gross domestic product shares increased in northern, eastern, northwestern and Sabaragamu provinces, while in western, central, southern, north central and Uva provinces share decreases could be observed year on year. Meanwhile, all the provinces have contributed fairly in terms of the agricultural activities, ranging from 8.4% to 15.9%, whereas southern, northwestern and central provinces were the top contributors to the agricultural activities of the country. Western Province has dominated the industry activities with a contribution of 45.8%, while Central and Northwestern Provinces became second and third highest contributors. Also, in terms of services activities, Western Province recorded the highest contribution of 39.6%, while Central and Southern Provinces had the second and third highest contributions. All the provinces except Northern Province have dominant services activities with over 50% contribution. Industry activities in all provinces are positioned next to the services activities, ranging from 16.7% to 32.1%, while agricultural activities range from 1.9% to 15.1% across the provinces. Colombo Stock Exchange provincial data showed that stocks closed 0.09% higher today, pushed by index-heavy Expo Lanka, Nestle Lanka and Tokyo Cement Company recovering from the last week's fall. The main index started positive and increased during the midday on volatile trading, but fell to a daily low at 6,620.84 during the last hour into trading, but picked up to close marginally higher. The Colombo's all-share price index gained 0.09% or 5.76 points to close at 6,622.71. The S&P SL20 index of more liquid stocks gained 0.47% or 12.12 points to close at 2,585.07. The market turnover was 2.5 billion rupees with 85 stocks gaining and 89 falling. Expo Lanka Holdings contributed most to the ASPI gain, gaining 1 rupee and 40 cents a share to close at 27 rupees. Nestle Lanka PLC gained 32 rupees 49 cents a share to close at 1,232 rupees and 30 cents, and Tokyo Cement Company closed 4 rupees 50 cents higher at 75 rupees 30 cents a share. In the banking sector, Hatton National Bank fell 30 cents to close at 124 rupees. Commercial Bank of Ceylon fell 60 rupees to close at 79 rupees. DFCC Bank fell just 30 cents to close at 64 rupees and 20 cents, and Sampath Bank closed 1 rupee and 20 cents down at 132 rupees a share. In the hotel sector, Eden Hotel Lanka gained 30 cents to close at 12 rupees and 60 cents a share. Ekin Spence Hotel Holdings gained 30 cents to close at 33 rupees, while John Keel's Hotels fell 30 cents to close at 11 rupees a share. Brown's Investments PLC closed flat at 3 rupees and 90 cents a share, while its parent LOLC Holdings closed 1 rupee and 10 cents down at 136 rupees and 50 cents a share. The material industry was the most active and gained 1.9%. Haley's PLC gained 40 cents to close at 386 rupees a share, and Dialog Exita closed 10 cents down at 12 rupee and 10 cents a share. Foreign Minister Dinesh Gunawardena is confident that the unique digital identity card, which will be issued by obtaining biodata of all citizens only once in the lifetime, mooted by the new government, is embarked for completion by mid-next year. Foreign Minister Dinesh Gunawardena made these observations representing Sri Lanka at the Global Business Summit 2020 co-hosted by the governments of Estonia and the United Arab Emirates. Addressing the summit under e-governance and cybersecurity, Foreign Minister Gunawardena highlighted that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has envisioned a people-centric and knowledge-driven new beginning for Sri Lanka, recognizing that the 21st century was defined by knowledge and innovation. He noted that services covered by e-governance would be in the education, health, transportation, immigration and emigration, registration of persons and companies, motor traffic, income tax and local government sectors. He also underlined that e-governance, e-commerce and e-medicine and such digitalization would define the new normal in the post-COVID-19 global landscape. The Global Business Summit 2020 brought together governments and businesses to find solutions to the complex global challenges induced by the COVID-19 pandemic. The virtual conference was viewed by around 30,000 worldwide, with the participation of high-level dignitaries from Japan, Spain, Kazakhstan, Belgium, Hungary, Singapore, Poland and 40 countries in total. We'll be back with stock updates after this short break. The trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 5.76 points to close at 6,622.71, and the S&P SL20 gained 7.26 points to close at 2,580.21. The turnover was 2.5 billion rupees and over 94 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all the news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Until then, take care. Good night.